Dear Lord, please bless this live stream, and he who has ears, let him hear. So I will be talking about how being a conservative Republican will not get you into heaven. Okay? A lot of Christians think that being a certain political party will give you a ticket to heaven, when Jesus was not into politics. He was into doing his Father's will, and for his children to do his Father's will. Okay? Not adhering to lies and propaganda of a political party, or joining up with it, siding with people who don't care about God, don't want God, whose God is the God of this world. His God is their belly. Okay? Their God is the God that is the pyramid with a all-seeing eye on their dollar bill. Their God is the God of greed, the God of lust, God of all these to steal, kill, destroy. All right? Many Christians will believe the lie that this country was founded on God, when it was not. It was founded on theft, murder, racism, twisting of the scriptures. Okay? Abusing people who were non-white. That's how this country was formed. Hiding history of this country. Making sure you lie and deceive to certain demographics. Okay? To get them on your side. And then when you're done with them, you discard them. Just look what Trump did to the evangelicals. Okay? They sided with him, and as soon as Trump got what he wanted, he stopped answering their calls. Okay? Which is good. That is good, because you decided to side with the child of the devil. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't pray for Trump. You should pray for Trump. But at this current state in time, he's not for Jesus. And you sided with him. You helped him to get into power when you knew better. Okay? When the king of Sodom came to Abraham and offered him money, Abraham said, I will not have people say that the king of Sodom made me rich. All right? Abraham was a man who, a man of faith and obedience to God. And that's, that's the faith we're supposed to have. And Christians like Paula White and many others sided with Trump and said, I will have Trump make me rich. Make me rich with popularity. Outside with Trump. That's what happened. And yes, I'm in the USA. So, that's what happened. Christians are selling out. But the reality is is very few people are Christian. Many are of the enemy of the cross, of Christ. Okay? Many are. And they want to tell people that these politicians, whoever gets into power, that they're from God. They're sent from God. They'll say Trump is sent from God. All right? The man who slept with a porn star, Stormy Daniels. Okay. I don't know if a man of God is supposed to do that. All right? A man who has rape allegations, all right, has ties to mafia figures like Felix H. Sater. Okay? You can look this information up. All right? Man, well, what about Biden? Biden, we already know, okay? We already know about Biden. There's tons of information to know about Biden. Tons of information we know. Tons of information we know about the Democrat Party. That they're not of God. But whenever for some reason, when Christians, when you have Christians like myself or other people try to talk about the Republican Party, now you want to close your ears. Now you don't want to talk about it. Now you want to talk about, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I know what I'm talking about. Two wings of the same Satan. Left wing, right wing. When you talk about the right wing and expose them, now we are seeing some problems here. Okay? Especially with the white evangelical church that supports Trump. That supports a man that has spoken nothing but division. A man that doesn't want to unite the country, to heal the country. He wants to divide. He said racist things like Kung Flu, China virus. That is something a man of God says. Okay? This man has a history of not paying his employees, sorry. Thou shalt not steal. But for some reason, Christians have a problem calling him out, not questioning that, and think they're going to heaven. You talk about Project 2025, what's going to happen to the country. You will have people who are Christian deny it. Oh, that's not going to happen. You don't know what you're talking about. Yet it's happening before our very eyes. That are using Christianity, okay, to impose their will on people. Giving Christ a bad name. And Christians who voted for Trump, giving Christ a bad name. Vote for Democrat, yeah, you give Christ a bad name. But when you talk about voting for Republican, you give Christ a bad name. People start howling. Okay? The evils that this country has done, this country's government has done. You want God to save America. No. God has to deal with America. And the first people, a group of people that God is going to deal with, he's going to deal with his church. That is who he's going to deal with. I can't wait. I can't wait. And no, we will not be having a pre-tribulation rapture. That's a lie from the pit of hell. God is going to put his foot on the church and keep putting as much tribulation as possible until he gets his spotless bride. He's going to turn up the heat. He's going to put his church through a good CrossFit program. They're going to be going through trials and tribulation until he gets what he wants. He doesn't care if you get one person. If that's what it takes to get his church, he's going to do it. He is going to do it. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? This is the God that majority of humanity hates, and most of the people who call themselves Christian hate. This is the truth. That's why people want to be proud to call themselves Republican, okay, conservative, because they feel by their own works they'll be righteous before God. And the Bible says your works are filthy rags, filthy rags. And in its translation, it's the rags that a woman uses in her menstrual season. That's how God compares your righteousness to a rag that a woman used during her menstrual season. Okay? All right? That is basically what it is, because Trump has become the god of evangelicals and most of the so-called Christian church. Very few are actually for Christ. Very few. Because there's a strong delusion. I do believe that. I do believe it's a strong delusion. Other times it's just the fact that people are just caught up with the fact that they have a God that they can believe in and he won't hold them accountable for their actions and bad behavior, especially if they're a white nationalist. And they've been feeling this way for a very long time. Okay? They've been feeling this way for a very long time. They want the right to be themselves, no matter how racist, no matter if it's a sin, to be racist, to put being white over being a Christian. They're tired of having to do that self-reflection. Or if you're not white, you're just tired of that self-reflection. You're tired of hearing about the true gospel. You don't want it anymore. You want to participate in things that will, in the end, destroy a nation and you in the process. You want to participate in things of a farce of this two-party, two-choice kingdom. This country has been around for hundreds of years, and all we got is Republican and Democrat. Don't you think there's something wrong with that? This country's been around for how long, and all we got is two political parties? And you think you actually have a choice? You honestly think you got a choice with this farce of an election? This is saying, I mean, when the Bible says the children of this world are smarter than the children of the light, it is not joking. Jesus was not joking. He is not joking. We can be dumb sheep at times. We can be dumb sheep. And we're not supposed to be dumb. Okay, we're not. God gives us free will. All right? God gives us free will. Let me give you a little example, right, of how evil our country is. How evil. We know the evil of the Democrats. Let's talk about the evil of the Conservative Party, right? How many of you heard of Patrick Ben David, right? Okay? He just got exposed for how he made his millions in this country. All right? He was a scammer, pyramid scheme. All right? And you have these people on social media who will say they're forgotten country, call him so many names, tell him to go back to Iran. That's Christian? That is Christian? Okay. That's a Christian party? That's the party of God? All right? And here's also the wickedness of the Republican Conservative Party. They will pick non-whites to say the things they've always wanted to say. Okay? I'll give you another example. You have a person by the name of Candace Owens. All right? Candace Owens will get up and say whatever she is paid to say, which is a grifter. What does the Bible say? Thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. She will get up and say that all black people are violent. Now, never mind that you come from if you're not even part of the subculture, if you're black and in the middle class, you're violent. If you're black in the upper class, you're violent. That is what she will say. Okay, this is the evil of the conservative Republican Party. And what happened when she started to call out a certain demographic of people? What happened? They gave her the boot because you weren't doing your job to lie. Okay, to twist facts. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. This is what you got to do. All right? If you join politics, that's what you have to do. What did Trump do when it came to this shooting in New Orleans? He said that it was an illegal immigrant who did the shooting. You find out that man was a Texas-born citizen and a veteran of the United States military. That is a Christian. Trump did something that was Christian. That was Christian of Trump. This is what it is. This is what it is. This is why it says Christians are to stay out of politics. Politics, you have to lie, twist facts to get voters. Okay, get voters that want to think a certain way. For Republicans, they have to focus on middle America that is built on racism, a racism that's passed from generation to generation. Okay? That's what they want. That's what they have to do. Democrats, they focus, socialist, communist organizations they feed into. They feed into the depravity. And that's the thing about both political parties. They feed in your depraved nature. If you want to hate another demographic, just because you want to hate because you feel you're superior due to the color of skin that you're born with, they'll feed into that to make money. All right? That is the evil, the wickedness. That's why the Bible says, stay away from these vain teachings of men. All right? Be careful of these people that like to flatter you with words. All right? That's what Jesus says. When things really start kicking off, you're gonna see who's really gonna be forgot. All right? Just like when it came with the pandemic. And guess who brought in that solution? Guess who brought in the solution? It was Trump. Tell me, Christians, And you'll make excuses for Trump. You'll make excuses for him. Yet the man knew in advance what was going on and did nothing until he was pressed. A lot of you Christians don't want to do your research on him. The ones who really love him, which are the white demographic of Republicans, really love him. All right? Because he's white. That's why, with everything that's happening, you got to rejoice because the truth is coming out. All right? When Obama came into office, all right, you saw the hatred for him. All right? And you had blacks who loved him, no matter what policies he had that were completely anti-God. You had black pastors and, stick it up for him. Trump comes into office, white people love Trump, who voted for Trump, no matter his policy. So it just shows you're hypocrites. You're hypocrites. Because you don't care is what the skin matters. And as Christians, we're not supposed to be doing that. We're supposed to be exposing the works of darkness. And as hard as it is, the world's not our home. People getting mad, well, the food prices of this and that. Who do you think is working to do this? Republican and Democrat are working together to bring down this nation. It's sad to say, but you won't have many Christians who get it. Very few will get it. Left wing, right wing. Same Satan. Order out of chaos. Kamala Harris wasn't even focused on the key points to win the election. She's focusing on transformer surgery. She should have been focusing on the economy. What do you think that made people do? It made people who are not in the know vote for Trump. That was the plan. That election was fake. But many of you want to be gullible and hold on to the lies. Hold on to the lies. You'll be holding on. Sad to say, the Antichrist will be in your face and you'll take the mark. You'll take it. Just like when it came to what we went through in 2020, you all took the solution, all right, that Trump offered, okay? It was Trump first. Trump offered it. And you couldn't think to yourselves, what was wrong with this? You couldn't think to yourselves. And then when Biden came along, oh no, that solution's wrong. But Trump offered it. So don't you think Trump was a problem too? Don't you think both of them are a problem? This is what I'm saying, Christians. Oh, the children of this world are smarter than the children of light. Sad to say, man. Peace and God bless.